envoyé hier soir, j'attends leur réponse, parce que j'ai besoin d'avoir des éléments de contenu sur le programme. On pourra démarrer dans la vision très vite pour se poser des questions, pour s'aligner. C'est la question qui pose.
Voilà, de quoi vous avez besoin. Ensuite, eux, ils vont simplement dire que vous faites pour délivrer ces enseignements. Et eux, après, ils vont faire un rassemblage pour se calmer.
Oui, mais j'ai pu comprendre en fait une grande partie des types de cours qui sont déjà, c'est juste qu'ils ne sont pas calés de toute façon sur le semestre. Il faut qu'ils envoient sur tout leur programme, qu'on s'assoie, pour voir s'il y a besoin de spécifiques ou si en l'état ça peut fonctionner. Il faut que ça fonctionne dans les deux sens. C'est pour ça qu'on a besoin d'envoyer un document pour que ça soit autour des visions. Et une fois qu'on a aligné, moi je peux envoyer le catalogue du comité.
On peut discuter. On va d'abord se présenter. On va commencer.
Je crois que ça sert à rien. Ça sert à rien. En fait, le micro, il est. Je sais pas. On n'utilise pas en fait ces micros.
Je pense qu'on peut commencer.
Moi, je veux bien.
Juste, vous avez forcément un micro, parce que la caméra ne peut pas, il y en a pas au plafond, donc ça va forcément être ça. Parce que normalement, sur une salle de visio, on a des micros, on peut couper, ça va forcément être ça. Maintenant, est-ce que le micro.
Allô, Moscou, ici Nice.
Вы нас слышите?
Hello?
Добрый день.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Do you hear me?
Yes, we do. Do you hear us?
Yes, we do.
Perfect.
Okay, so this is Celine speaking
The
from
technical
Lyon.
issues are
Can you hear
okay, and we can maybe start the meeting.
Do we connect?
А можно попросить погромче сделайте?
Ирина.
Hello?
Мы подключаем тогда Неому тоже сразу. Она через вас подключается, насколько мы
Ну,
поняли.
мы ее видим.
А вы можете тогда вывести тоже, чтобы мы тоже видели ее? Сегодня утром тестировали. Et pour qu'on voit les deux, Pauline, comment faire pour qu'on essaye pour qu'on voit les deux?
Je pense que c'est eux qui maîtrisent la bascule du l'image.
Ирина, а вы можете два экрана поставить, чтобы мы сразу видели и вас, и госпожу Давен?
Попробуем сейчас.
Okay. So can we start the meeting?
Yes.
Yes,
Perfect.
I guess we can start. As far as I understand, the aim of today's meeting is to find concrete ideas for our future cooperation. So I think we can work in the following ways. I will give the floor to my colleagues, and then we can discuss, and then you maybe will also say something about your ideas about our future cooperation, if it's okay for you.
Okay for us. Perfect.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, First, I would like to give the floor to Natalia Abramova, Director School of Public Policy and Management.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Do you hear me?
Yes.
During several weeks after our previous conference, I had a look all the programs that you have, and we could have several possible future cooperation. And for us, for the School of Public Policy, the most fruitful cooperation could be with Neoma Business School. Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. I can hear you.
So I will mention the last time you were not participated in the conference, but we sent all information about our programs, both undergraduate and master programs, to you. So I hope that you had a time to have a look through them as well. And now I will mention the main direction that we think we could find the solution, and at the same time I hope that would be also interesting for you. So the first direction is our undergraduate programs. Why I'm looking for this program? First of all, this year we launched a new program that is taught in English. The program is called Global Governance and Leadership. At this program, the program is in management sphere. And we invited all best professors across the world from the best universities and business schools to teach for our undergraduate student. And we already have very good partnership with different business schools and top universities. And I think that if we are talking about the quality assurance control, that you are obviously familiar because you are the member of the EFMD and you have accreditations, because I checked all the information about the program and the school. So I think this might be both interesting for you and us. And from your side, there are two programs that might work together with this program. The first one is the Bachelor of Science, International Business. That is a four-year program that is in English. And I had a look the study plan and the concept of the program, and I see a lot of similarities with the program I just mentioned at the beginning. And I think that it would be easier to have different types of cooperation. You know that when we start working with our partners, with very good partners, we are firstly starting with a students exchange in order to see and to understand how we might start and how we might work for more serious project. I'm talking about the double degree, preparing some joint programs, but in order to do this, we first need to do the first step to evaluate our resources. And I think that the students' exchange can be the first starting point in this cooperation. And I'm interested both in students' exchange and for precise steps in preparing the double degree. I know that this process takes a lot of time and a lot of resources, and I honestly do not know, are you interested in this or not? But all the ranking, all their information I know about you is very interesting for us for the fruitful cooperation. And the second program, if we are talking about the undergraduate level, is Bachelor in Business Administration, which is a 3 years program. I had a look that the program is in French language, but I also found out that you have some courses in English. I couldn't find, honestly, the courses in English on the website, but I'm pretty sure that if you are interested in cooperation with this program, it would be easier to send you the study plan where I can see the English language courses possible or working for a students exchange program. And what I also found interesting in this program that I didn't find in any other programs, not only in your business school but in others, is that it is called apprenticeship track that is on the 3rd year. And I also didn't find precise information about this direction, but I'm pretty sure that it is very useful information for our undergraduate students as well as for yours. And I would be happy to discuss the details, and it would be very interesting for us to work in this direction if it is possible as well. Of course, we also have the master programs, but now we plan to rebrand them, and we finalize this process only by the end of February. And this is the reason why I do not think that is a good idea now to discuss precisely the content and future cooperation, but I already know that there are a lot of similarities as well in this program. So that is all information about the future cooperation from the School of Public Policy, from the Russian side to Uniona. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have any questions or comments?
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So I'm Celine, and so I'm the Associate Dean for Programs at Neoma Business School. And thank you for this proposal, very interesting proposal of cooperation with Neoma Business School. Actually, yesterday, I sent 2 files, including all the list of courses that are made available for international students at Neoma. And most of them are actually from the BSc in International Business, so the program that you have an interest in. So we would be also very interested in getting the student exchange with the program Global Government and Leadership. So that would be of great interest to us. And so I also noted the joint program and double degree options that you've mentioned. We do have another program which is called SESEM. This is also a 4-year international program, and this one is based on double degrees. So the idea is that you've got tracks, so let's say French, Chinese, French American, French German, and so on. So we do have 12 different tracks, and students then spend 2 years in France at Neoma and 2 years at the partner university. And in the end, they obtain a double degree, both from Neoma Business School and from the university. They spend the 2 following years too. So that may be interesting to test as a platform for discussion as double degree. And so for the moment, the program is in the language of the country, which means that basically the course is taken by the students involved in that program is in French. But we are now evolving and moving towards English tracks. So that would be made possible to imagine a Russian-French track within that context. So this is also something that could be used as a ground for cooperation and discussion. So joint programs, so why not? So I think that we are really open to any kind of cooperation. I will be in Moscow in January. I will be part of the GEDAR, sorry for the pronunciation, GEDAR Forum. And so I will be arriving on the 11th of January and leaving on the 40th. So I would be more than happy to find time to further discuss and find some concrete, as you were saying. So I like the idea of taking concrete steps so that we make the partnership come true and real. So that would be an opportunity. So we sent all the material yesterday, but I don't know whether you received it or not, because I don't think that everybody is in the mailing list. This I don't know yet. So did you receive anything yesterday? I can't hear you. Ah, good.
You hear now?
Yeah.
Honestly, I received the email that you sent, so I know the details of the courses, and everything is clear for me, and I would be more than happy to meet you between January 11 to January 14 to discuss the details of our future cooperation. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Celine. And does anyone have any questions?
Question, but maybe I can make a remark about this project. So this is very interesting that NEUMA and the School of Public Policy get in order to think about new programs. And if it's the starting point is an exchange program, then I can add that we are actually and currently negotiating a general framework agreement leading to exchange of students within the framework of the French-Russian university. And this agreement that has been sent to all the members in order to discuss about the content will permit such exchanges. So if you want, as a first step, you could rely on this new instrument in order to launch activities.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I guess we can continue, right? Next speaker. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, yes.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now I'd like to give the floor to Maria Arhangelska, Director of Programs at IBS.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, good afternoon. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great.
We don't see you very well. Can you please zoom?
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, first of all, let me introduce myself one more time. My name is Maria Arhangelska, and I'm in charge of master programs, pre-experience master programs in international business and international management in the Institute of Business Studies, Moscow. So, yeah, it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to discuss different aspects of our possible cooperation. On behalf of Institute of Business Studies, I would like to point out that we are really glad that our program, master program in international management, international business, raise the interest of schema program, and we do see that there is great potential for cooperation in this program, and we are confident that this cooperation can be mutually beneficial for our universities, could be interesting and pretty useful for students of our universities as well. So we've been looking into how we can contribute to schema program, Master in International Business, doing business well, in Russia, yes, if we talk about this program. We look at the structure of your program in the brochure and on the website as well. And we see that in all your campuses, you have common courses. At least 60% of these courses during the first semester considered to be the same. So we do have courses in our programs which are similar, and I think we could contribute to your program with these courses such as global strategy analysis, project management, different aspects of finance disciplines, and etc. So we could cooperate during the first semester as exchange program or as a whole program as well. And we also could provide courses with a strong local content, which could be conducted during the second semester. So we do have a lot different courses which could reveal the real peculiarities of doing business in Russia. For example, we have courses such as sales and distribution management, the car industry, the fuel energy sector, consumer behavior, and even courses which is dedicated to corruption and corporate fraud. So as you see, students will really get the idea what does it mean to do business in Russia, and I think that will be really, really useful. So, of course, we have a lot of questions due to the program peculiarities, so we would be grateful if you could give us some more information on your requirements for the content of the courses and your expectations. It will be also very useful to realize what could be the options to start our cooperation. For example, whether we talk about only about the first semester, or we could participate or contribute to the whole program, so the first and the second semester. So maybe we could organize a specific meeting in order to discuss these issues, and we could provide you with a presentation of the courses that could be provided by the IBS Moscow during the first and second semester as well. Yeah, that was what we were planning to discuss in terms of master programs, but we also have bachelor programs and in international management and strategic management, and we do have the exchange courses already with different universities, and we have the double degree program, but this information I think will be best presented by my colleague Zemfira.
Hello. Hello, my name is Zemfira Galimulina. I am an international student coordinator at IBS Moscow. So this year we are closely working with 17 universities, and Neoma and Schema are our priorities. For the second semester, I mean for the spring semester, we are sending 4 students to Neoma and 4 students to and we have 1 student who is finishing her second year in Schema, and for the spring semester we are sending 3 students to Schema on exchange program. So in total we are working with Burgundy School of Business, École de Management de Normandie School, ISHIC Brussels Management School, IE Business School in Spain, Institute of Business Management Pakistan, University of Applied Sciences Finland, La Ranta University of Technology Finland, Montpellier Business School, Schema, Hochschule Berlin, Germany, University of Hertfordshire. We are sending, for the spring semester, we are sending 5 students now against Erasmus Plus program, so they will be granted for their studies. We are sending students to the University of Applied Sciences to Bielefeld, University of Economic Bratislava, International Business School in France, and University of Management and Economics Vilnius, Litva. So this is our current plan, which we are executing now. As far as for incoming students inflow concerned, so I would say that now 4 students from a bachelor program and 5 students from a master program finishing their fall semester, and I'm expecting 8 students in total for the spring semester this year. So as you see, we are quite heavily working with with many universities, and of course we are interested in extending our cooperation with NEOMA and with SCAMA, and we would be glad to discuss further what we could do for you and how we could just extend our cooperation. So that is all from now. If you have questions, so I would be glad to answer.
Is that the microphone? Can you hear us?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon and good morning to our colleague in NEOMA. My name is Pascal Vidal. I'm the associate dean under the postgraduate program schema. I'm pleased to attend for the first time to this meeting. So yeah, we've exchanged email already with some colleagues from IBS.
Yes, she is our international program coordinator.
So we work with her, yeah.
Yeah, I've shared a little bit of information. Obviously, the question that you raised are the questions that are on the table. More than happy to discuss about it. I think, as you just said, we just need to talk more deeply about the program, so I would be more than happy to receive the structure of your program. My understanding is the second semester is much more dedicated to doing business in Russia, and the first semester is more generic in terms of content, international business content. It's not a big deal. We just have to see in details the way it works, and then student exchange, a semester or a full year, and eventually moving on to something even more important. And as you've noticed, the way we structure is we do the international business program at the MSc level on all our international campuses, plus in France. And the thing is, our student can stay for on one location. If they decide I really want to do 1 full year in the US, in China, or in France, or in Brazil, or they can move from one semester to another. So that's the reason why the program structure right now is about the same on each international location, to enable our students to move from one semester to another if they really want an international exposure. But of course, this is really open to discussion, so definitely I would be interested to see the structure of your program. I understood you would like to have more details, so I'm going to send to you the course catalog, the more detailed course catalog, so that you can have a look on the content of the courses. It may give you more of an idea of what we're doing inside these courses. And yeah, I would be interested to receive the same from you. And I think we need to organize something soon in terms of video conferencing to go into deep detail. And right after that, I think probably I would come for a campus visit. Because if we want to start early, I think we can still start very early. So, but we need to move fast. So, more than happy to come and for a visit.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the information provided, for your reply. Yeah, I think that will be a good idea to start with the exchange of the course descriptions and to realize the syllabus content and the credits that should be involved in the program, and we could exchange this information. We could send the structure of our program as well, and of course I think more Skype conference maybe between our parties will be very useful, and I think we should go for that.
Okay, perfectly agree. And of course, at the bachelor level, as you said, we already have started. And I mean, coming to Moscow for a visit, we could discuss the next step also with pleasure.
Okay,
thank you. Our program is a 4 years program, full English, so very easy to articulate. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions to IBS? No? Then we can move. And let me give you brief information about ideas from Russia Foreign Trade Academy. Let me introduce once again. My name is Victoria Tuisova. I am a provost for academic affairs of Russian Foreign Trade Academy. And according to our preliminary discussion during previous working group and our visit in Paris, we sum up a set of proposals. So the first one is short programs like summer schools, which can consist one or two special courses which can be devoted to different aspects of Russian economy, Russian legal system, about management in Russia, and so on and so forth. So we can discuss the concrete list in details further. So we will send you information about possible list of course, and these courses are in English, but we also can propose to you a list, but smaller, with courses in French, also about different aspects of Russian economy, about logistics in international trade in Russia. And also these short programs will have a special part which is devoted to studying, intensive studying of Russian language, and with possible duration of these courses from 2 weeks till 1 month or 1 month and a half, depends on what you want. So this the first point. And the second point, as a way of possible cooperation, is joint research. As we discussed previously, we have several topics which we'll send to you with small abstracts. But in short, they are devoted to reviewing of economic policy, trade policy in different countries, specifically in Russia and the European Union, about trade barriers, how to align our standards with OECD standards. So we can discuss also in details it, if you like, and we are for sure open for any comments and reviews. And as a result of this joint research, we can organize seminars or conference and joint publications. So that's what I'd like to propose to you. If you have comments or questions, I would like to answer them.
The main commentary I can make is that those two proposals, so short programs, kind of summer schools and research activities, are very interesting in the framework of the Russian-French University, as it can involve all the members on the French and the Russian parts. Mm-hmm. So this is, I think, a main concern, to think about the added value of this new consortium we are creating, because it can add some strong things to the most common bilateral activities. So I think that those two proposals are really, really relevant when it comes to creating a kind of consortium, such as the Russian-French University. Thank you for the proposal, and I think that we have agreed to those two ideas, so it will be a pleasure to launch and support this kind of activities. I also think that in direction, we have also identified common topics such as tourism. We have talked about luxury, economics, and so on. So maybe the colleagues involved in economic fields could discuss with more deeply in order to find more detailed programs. But I think that we have many, many things to do in those two areas.
Great, thank you very much. We will send you additional information about our short programs and about our topics, possible topics for research, and then discuss in details.
Okay, perfect. This is really relevant as in our Faculty of Economics of the University of Nice Sophia Antipolis, we already have also kind of 2-week summer schools in economics and French as a foreign language mixed. So we can see how to rely on what already exists in order to match our activities. And of course, students and colleagues from Schema, Neuma, even EDEC would be involved in the process.
Yep. Great, thank you.
I can probably add that this short-term program, I think, would be very also interesting to be added to the exchange program that you discussed between business schools, because they really reflect the specificities of also doing business in Russia, about Russian law. So it could be added to Schema, exchange program, or to Neuma program as an addition. I think it's a real interesting point and rather exceptional courses that we can get to have real value for students.
Yes, thank you.
If you could send us information about your summer school, this would be okay, and we can send you also information about the summer school of ISEM in cooperation with Alliance Française.
ISEM, it's a faculty of economics in University of Nice.
And our summer school is in French and can be also the summer school in English. Yeah, in English.
Yeah, sure, we'll do it. I guess we'll be able to do it either today, so after our conference we will send you all information about our summer schools, about journal research, for sure.
Okay, thank you very much. And for your proposal of research workshops and so on, we are very interested also on this. Yeah. And we could imagine, I don't know, a kind of meeting, exchanging on the top research topics, methodology, and so on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the research, I have to speak with the director of EDEC, which is a laboratory of the CNRS.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be okay to launch something, yes.
Yeah, sure. Of course, we also have a specific candidate for research cooperation. It's not me, and we can, I guess, set up a special date when we can, through the Skype, maybe discuss in details research program.
Okay.
Okay. From Russian side, that's all. Oh, okay. No, it's not all. I would like to give the floor to Alena Svinarenko.
Yes, I'm in charge for Russian French University and here in RANEP, and some of them know me. I would like to add you that RANEP is absolutely ready to prepare summer school as you proposed, Jean-Christophe, previously. And we would like just to add just a little bit proposal. I don't know if it will be interesting or not. It's a proposal of the School of Public Policy, but from just a bit different department that's preparing summer schools. There is a proposal besides different tourism language schools. The School of Public Policy also can organize a special summer school for deaf and mute people. If there are such a group, I don't know if you in the University of Nice have such a social project or something, but our academy and the School of Public Policy also can organize such a kind of schools for this kind of people. So I don't know if it. Ирина, глухонемые, да, понятно это?
Les muets. Pour les sourds, malentendants, sourds et muets.
So I don't know if there is such kind of students in the university or not. It was just a small addition to this discussion about summer schools. But there is such a possibility also if one day we decide to make some kind of social area of programs. So it also could be.
Thank you for this proposal. This is also interesting. Now I can exactly know how many people, disabled people, would be concerned by this kind of activities. In the field of economics and management, I don't think there are.
But just because we discussed in previously, we didn't have this proposal previously when we discussed the previous meeting. But as I just received this proposal, I just had to announce it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now that's all from Russia's side. Do you have any other comments, or do you have anything to say?
So just again, Celine from Neuma. As I mentioned, so I will be in Moscow early January, and so I will also take the advantage to come and meet with IBS. So that would, I think, be a great opportunity to share. So it will make things much easier than by easier, as we're also interested in master programs. So I would like to discuss this any further.
Okay, yeah, thank you, and we're waiting for your visit to talk a little bit and maybe to have the opportunity to show you Moscow.
And maybe I can add just a point about the month of January visit in Moscow. So after the Gaida Summit, there will also be on Saturday, 14th of January, the meeting of the board of the members of the Russian-French University, and all that has been discussed in the 4 different working groups will also be presented to the leaders of the members in order to take decision, to inform them, but also to see how we can all support those projects. So yes. This is also an important step.
Yes, yes, for sure.
On 14th of January.
Yes. Great, thank you. Anything else?
That's okay for me.
Maybe just a word about what should be the next step in order to prepare the meeting of January. We will make a kind of summary of the discussions and send to the different members on both Russian and French parts, if you agree, and you could implement and add things to this report if you want, in order to present to the members of the board the ideas that we had concerning the projects.
Colleagues, I guess we have to discuss and maybe review this this document before
yes,
before 40th of January.
To write down a summary and to send to the members in order to.
But when do you plan to do this?
In the coming days, it will be.
Okay, great. Because we're worried about that you are maybe already on your Christmas vacations, no? Not yet. Okay.
People will leave on holidays in a few days now, but we will try to send the summary
Okay.
on Monday or Tuesday. Pauline, is this okay?
Great. Thank you very much for this.
Yeah, and on schema business side, definitely we to organize a video conference probably next week if you're available. I think if we want to move on, we need to at least have a first meeting quick. So I'll send you the course catalog details before the end of the day, probably. It's kind of a strange day, but if not, it will be during the weekend. But after that, I'm happy to receive any information from you, and we just have to set up a meeting next week.
Is it okay for you?
To convenience, if you're available, of course.
Yeah, okay. We could discuss the date, the possible date to organize maybe the Skype meeting, and of course we will also provide the information about the courses and about the program in the nearest few days. Okay?
Okay, good, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, if I'm right, we're waiting for your project of the
Minutes?
of the statement, right?
Yes.
Next week. Okay, great. Thank you. And we also send you, all of us send you additional information about possible ways of cooperation as we discussed today. So if it's okay, I guess we can finish our conference, right?
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Have a nice day too.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Au revoir, Céline.
Au revoir. Merci.
Merci.